I've been meaning to make this video ever since the year started. Sadly, I just got around to doing it today. Hi guys, welcome to Multiverse. So today we are going to take a look at our friend Iron-Man 2020. Actually, we're going to take a look at a few Iron-Man looks. But I won't take a look at every Iron Man look that we can make in DC Universe Online. I've made previous Iron Man video, so just go take a look at those videos. Just search in my videos. I have a bunch of other Iron Man videos that should help you see a few Iron Man looks. And also, if you wonder how you can get the Iron Man headpiece, again, I have a video just about that. So just take a look at that video. So basically, for those of you who may not know, way back when in the early 80s, there was this storyline about a character called Machine Man by Barry Windsor Smith, and within that storyline, Machine Man was facing the Iron Man of year 2020, which was Andrew Stark, the nephew of Tony Stark or something like that. I forget the details. It's been years and years since I read that story, but here we can recreate a pretty darn good version of our friend Iron Man 2020. The only thing, I wish the orange part would be metallic, but it's a minor nitpick. We'll take a look at a few other looks in just a second. So how was I able to achieve the look of our friend Iron Man 2020? Obviously, I'm using the classic tech headpiece. Again, I have a video specifically where I show how you can get that headpiece, so just search in my videos. For the shoulders, I went with the enhanced main man. The main man shoulders would do the trick as well. Basically, the Iron Man of 2020 had these weird shoulders that were almost like gear. It wasn't exactly spikes, but the spikes work well enough to recreate that look anyway. For the chest piece, I'm using the cybernetic chest piece. The gloves and the boots are the retro tech. For the belt, I went with the Amazon Uplight. There might be other belt that would do the trick, but this one worked well enough. And for the pants, I'm using the Visitor's Pants. There's a few pieces that I'm using for most of the styles that I'm going to show you, so I won't repeat every pieces. But mainly, this is what I've used to recreate our friend Iron Man 2020. And for the material that I'm using the Orange Royal Chroma. It's a material we got as a free gift as the year started. So as you can, it works really well to create the Iron Man from 2020. The only thing is that I wish that it was the orange part were metallic, but again, nothing really I can do about that. I wish I could. I tried to use the red metallic chroma to be able to reproduce that look. Sadly, the Royal Chroma has a lot of gold in it, which works well enough to recreate our friend Iron Man. Sadly, the metallic chromas have silver as opposed to gold. But I'm going to use the red metallic chroma for some other look. So let's take a look right now. So here, this is as close as I could get to the classic Iron Man look. Again, pretty much everything is almost the same as what I showed you. The exception to that would be the brief shorts. The belt is one of the Checkmate belt. And everything else is pretty much, well, the shoulders are the Spindrift shoulders. But the chest piece, it's still the cybernetic chest piece. The gloves and the boots are still the retro tech. But for the yellow part, again, I wish I could have been able to use some gold. We don't see it here. I'm so sad now. I wish I could have used the gold, some gold like that we have for our 2020 armor. Sadly, that wasn't an option. But in order to be able to get the yellow for the armor, I quite simply used the chrome skin, and I've put the color of the skin yellow. It's pretty much that simple. So for the skin, the chrome skin works well enough. And for basically the metallic parts, I'm using the red metallic material. Not even the red metallic chroma, just the red metallic material. So pretty much for the legs and the arms, that's the chrome skin. And everything else is the red metallic material, except the headpiece. I didn't apply any material to the headpiece so that I could keep the shiny eyes. So it gives us a pretty darn good version of our friend Iron Man in DC Universe Online. Another Iron Man look that we can get pretty darn close of is the what used to be known as the Scarlet Centurion armor. I think I had created this look in a previous video, but here with the chrome skin and the red metallic material, we can create a version that's even better for our Scarlet Centurion Iron Man. I made two versions. You can see here I have a variation in this armory. I'll show it to you in just a minute. But for the shoulders, I went with the Sector Agent shoulders to be able to get some big, bulky shoulders. The shoulders are a little too big. They shouldn't be that big, but it works well enough to create the look that I wanted for the Scarlet Centurion armor. The gloves, I also went with the Sector Agent. There's probably any number of gloves I could have used, but I've settled on those. They worked well enough. For the belt, in this case, I went with the Stalwart Defender belt. And the boots are the robotic boots. Again, for the legs and the arms, that's the chrome skin. And in this case, I've used a mishmash of the red metallic material and the red metallic chroma too. So since I'm using the red metallic chroma for, let's say, the headpiece, you can see that's why I don't have the shiny eyes. So sadly, it's a small price to pay to be able to get the material in the headpiece. You don't have the shiny eyes. I guess you could decide not to use the material, but you can see the red is not quite exactly the same red, or even the same the white. The white is actually pretty darn close. An alternative for the Scarlet Centurion look is to use the visitor chest piece and the pants. So it gives us a nice silver for the arms, the legs. Sadly, it gives the midriff is also silver, which it shouldn't be. It should still be red. But sadly, as I often say within the context of DC Universe Online, this is about as close. This is a good option to be close to the Scarlet Centurion armor. Here I'm using also the Argus gloves. And here I made the Hulkbuster Armor using the Sector Agent chest piece and shoulders. The gloves are the tech pads. And the pants are the Sector 3601. They're the Manhunter pants, basically. For the headpiece, it's still the same thing. The belt is one with the Checkmate belt. And for the boots, I'm using the Star X boots. So if you use all of that, you can make a pretty darn good Hulkbuster armor if you want to. Obviously, it's not exactly 100% exact, but within the context of DC Universe Online, this is a pretty darn good version of the character. And last but not least, here's the Avengers Endgame look. I toyed with the idea of making an Avengers Endgame video. Sadly, I would have ended up with pretty much every character would be wearing like this costume, but with a different headpiece to tell them apart. I might still do it at some point, but it doesn't seem like a good idea to me. For the chest piece, I went with the Tech Ninja chest piece. It gives us something that kind of looks like the chest piece that Iron-Man had in the movie, and it also gave us the A to the left side of the chest piece in order to be able to match a bit with the costume from the film. For the shoulders, I'm using the Spindrift shoulders in order to be able to get the A on the shoulders. For the gloves, I'm using the Checkmate Informant. The belt is the Bionic belt. For the pants, I went with the Owl suit. It's the pants that were about as close again to the pattern that the character had in the movie. And for the feet, I also went with the Bionic feet. Again, it's not exactly it, but it gives a good impression or a good illusion of the Iron Man look that Iron Man had when he had his quote-unquote endgame armor. Basically, this is the armor they used when they went into the... I forget if they call it the microverse in the movie. Or no, they call it the quantum realm. So it's the armor he had to be able to go into the quantum realm. Again, at some point, pretty much all the Avengers had pretty much that armor. You could replace just the headpiece to have the character be Captain America. The one exception to that would be War Machine. Maybe I should make an Avengers Endgame video at some point. I guess I'll have to give it some thoughts. So again, we have quite a few looks to be able to recreate some really cool looking Iron Man armor. And again, I made the Iron Man videos in the past. So if you want to see more looks for our friend Iron Man, I'll try to put some link maybe at the end of the video. But if not, just search in my videos for, let's say, Iron Man. And you should be able to see the previous videos that I made where I show off different looks for our Iron friend. And that is going to be pretty much it for now, guys. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask so in the comment section down below, and I'll see what I can do about answering your questions. I have roughly 2,000 videos about this universe online, So if somehow I don't answer your question right away, just search in my videos. Odds are I've already made a video that answered your question. And that's pretty much it for now, guys. So as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.